Okay, everybody, here we are together again at last, and this is my pre-market report for this Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. Let's put a few things together here. Right now, as I am doing this video blog, stock futures are pointing towards a lower open. Now, we know the stock market gave back a little bit yesterday. I've explained to all of you for a couple of weeks that this stock market it really does need to give some back. However, because this current environment is so distorted and it is so fake, it doesn't look like one is going to come. Every single time the market wants to drop, you know what happens. If you are a market participant and you're watching this, you're probably going, what the hell is going on? Every time stocks drop, they get propped right back up, and we know who's doing it. We know why this is happening. So this is a very unique environment. If this were real, first of all, nothing would be where it is right now. If we had a real environment, the stock market would be nowhere near where it is now. I mean, not even close. By thousands and thousands and thousands of points with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is so twisted. It really is. I mean, if the Fed were not in here pumping hundreds upon hundreds of billions of dollars into the debt market, into the repo market, could you only imagine what the yield curve would look like? Like I've explained to you, we would have right now the most inverted yield curve in history. But again, what the Fed is doing is forcing the illusion that we have a normal yield curve slope. One reason behind it, to push cash into the stock market. And they're also buying stocks. There's no doubt about it. So with that said, I mean, the yield curve used to be a gauge as to trying to understand if a recession was coming. Look, we just had a massive and major downward revision with regard to GDP. We went from a 1.9 to a 0.3. We're in recession now. But, again, these are all lagging indicators. So when you see a massive downward revision like that, now we're at a 0.3, understand right now we are in recession. Let me say this. I was walking around downtown Summerlin here last night, and it's a beautiful place out here in Vegas. There's a lot of nice shops out there, all kinds of places to eat. And I'm looking at stores. They're starting to close. We understand that retail stocks are getting slaughtered. People are not spending. Despite the fake data they are shoving down your throat here. The economic boom narrative will be maintained. Keep telling the lie, along with every other lie. And people, they tend to want to believe it. And this is, again, pushing cash into the stock market, too. It's all a mechanism. It really is to keep people twisted, off balance, and not able to understand what's actually going on anymore. Anyway, so with regard to this market here, let's look at a few other aspects to see if we can gauge where stocks are going to go. Right now, again, cryptocurrencies are under a little bit of pressure, no surprise to you. Gold and silver under a little bit of pressure, no surprise to you. I've explained to you this is how it will happen for weeks, months now, and it's exactly what has happened. Cash has been making its way into the stock market because of the twisted environment we are in. It's not going to stop. So although, again, I have said we need a pullback, we need this market to fall, I don't know if it's going to come. It needs to happen. But will it happen? In this environment of extreme fakery, it's anyone's guess. It really is. And we'll just have to see where it goes moving forward. But it doesn't, to me, and to my lions, my lionesses, my lovely, beautiful cubs. Oh, I love my cubs. You know that. We trade the market we have, okay? I am exclusively a day trader. I don't give a damn what happens overnight. I don't care what's going to happen. It's too fake. So what I do, I trade intraday. And that's it. That's all I pay attention to now. It's I used to be a swing trader. Well, most of you know that. For years, I was a swing trader, and I think I was a very successful one. But I can't do it anymore. This environment is too fake. So I think we got to think more shorter term with regard to this market. But with regard to other assets, we know what to do longer term. There's no doubt about it. And expect Apple to move higher as well. I know a lot of you got in on Apple when I told you all to buy it, and it has skyrocketed since that time. The president said he must support Apple. Tim Cook, President Trump, they're pretty tight these days. You can rest assured that a lot of effort is going to go into propping Apple up too. Apple's market cap, its market capitalization is so large that by keeping Apple propped up, it pulls the stock market with it as well. You understand? Okay? So this is another ploy by the president to support the military-industrial complex, keep the stock market. Look, I'm not picking on the president here because I know a lot of you just blow your stack off. These are facts. Until you can prove me wrong, please don't personally attack me. I'm just telling you, and I explain to you all the time. Doesn't matter who sits in that pretty White House, and these Democratic hopefuls, all of them are clueless. They don't have a slightest idea. All they want to do is take debt notes from these people and move them to these people, and they think that's going to fix the problem. They think you're going to buy that story. Well, maybe if you have 0 functioning brain cells, you will buy that story, but I'm hoping you have at least 1 functioning brain cell. It's a joke. All of this is angled against you, against the middle class, to usher in a new world order, if you want to call it that, some kind of twisted scheme that is completely against you, to create legions of slaves on an unprecedented scale, pushing central banks higher up the pyramid. This is what they are doing. Democrats, Republicans, it's one party. Once you understand that and you break out of the box they've shoved you in, oh no, I got to pick a side because I hate them and they hate me, and no. We are not each other's enemies, although they're trying to convince you that that's the case. Don't you know that this is a sitcom? It's a charade. It is. Nothing is what it seems. When you get that through your thick skull, some of you, very few hopefully, you have a very clear understanding of what is going on. And more importantly, what you can do for yourself to at least try to place yourself in the best possible positions here. Moving forward, these are incredible times we are in, people. We are living history right now, and we're watching the downfall of the United States of America and the ushering in of a completely new system. Something that will be talked about for thousands of years, how we allowed this to happen by the dumbing down, by not having the guts to rebel, to have a revolution. That's really what we need on an unbelievable scale. I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it's the truth. There's not enough of us to do it. All we hear is, President Trump is going to save us all by ending the Fed. Yeah, duh. Yeah, there is a bunch of people out there that are that dumb. But thank God, seriously, it's not most of us here. Let them stay in their little fantasy land while the rest of us understand there's just no way that's going to happen. And everything that the Democrats and the Republicans are doing is moving towards the same goal. They're trying to keep you distracted, but they are walking a parallel line towards a completely new system. And unfortunately, the masses are going to lose. Not you, and certainly not me. I'm out of here. See you in the morning. No, I will see you at the end of the day.